Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Xero number 339FS-AA. This is a clear anodized aluminum door sweep that features a neoprene seal material with an intumescent backer. This sort of very specialized piece of door sealing equipment is used in smoke and fire rated control doors because of this highly specialized piece of material that's back here. Now, there is, and before we get to the profile of what makes this a high performance specialized piece of equipment, let's get to the dimensional properties. It appears to me that the overall height is about 2 3/8. And that's not even close. Oh, forgive me. They don't actually tell us from the cut sheet what the overall size is. So the tape measure is going to do it. Looks like it's about 1 13/16. And you have about 13/16 worth of exposed neoprene. It's going to have an overall thickness of about 5/16. Okay. Now the 339 is representative of this profile. The FS certainly means that it has this intumescent material behind it. The AA stands for clear anodized aluminum finish, is what that stands for. Now let's pull up some documentation here and see, first of all, what other finishes this is available in, as well as what makes it an FS version. First of all, the 339 is going to be available in the BK finish as well, which is news to me. I didn't know they made it in black anodized. They do. A 339 FS can be done in black anodized. That's new to me. They can do it in a dark bronze finish, which would be D, and then they can do it in a G finish and a gold anodized finish as well. So you change the AA to BK or D or G, AA, BK, DG, you'll get those 4 finish options. Okay. So a reason that the 339FS is used is because you're dealing with a situation where you have a need to restore a fire rating, perhaps based on an excessive undercut. Now, I am tempted to say that NFPA 80 is actually absolutely something you will have to determine and refer to find out, or of course meaning the local authority having jurisdiction, whether or not this unit will permit the restoration of a 20-minute fire rating on a fire rated wood door when you have an undercut up to 1 1/4 inch for ITS listed positive pressure, UBC 72 1997 version. So you'll have to be sure with the local authority that this will be permissible on the job. NFPA 80 is quite clear about the amount of gap that can exist between the bottom of the door and the sill is defined a structural member of the building, therefore not a threshold, which is defined as a piece of builder's hardware that is applied to the floor. So you'll have to be very clear, but that's what this is intended for, okay? And the client that has bought these has local approval to do so. Maximum 1/2 inch clearance is allowed at the bottom of fire-rated doors. Do not leave much room for error. This is coming out of their through Xero's catalog. Fire ratings lost when the installation or alignment problems cause larger clearances can be restored using these Intumet solutions without the costs, of course, of a change to the frame, a change to the door, or whatever it actually might be that you're working on. So that's where this is going to be used when it's going to be surface applied, and that link below this video to the product catalog will indeed allow you to review that information. Now, this is an 1/8 of an inch thick piece of neoprene. Okay, it's all going to be surface mounted out here, so you'll have a bit of a void underneath the door. And I have personally witnessed intumescent material activate, and it will just significantly increase its original volume and fill the space, is what this material is intended to do. Now this 339 is in the site in lots of different lengths. This happens to be a 4-foot length. If you have need for a custom length, by all means, let us know by ordering the next longest piece or pieces, and simply indicate in the comment field the net length that you'd like for us to cut the material back to, and we'll be happy to supply it that way. In fact, these aren't 48-inch pieces. The client requested that we send them out at 44, so they've been cut to that proper size at the time of manufacturing. Okay. The reason you'll want to indicate a net length is because, well, it'll save you the trouble of having to cut all this material, and it'll save you the trouble of re-drilling that hole. Speaking of that hole, screws are included in a complementary finish. I don't notice that they always have self-drilling points on them, but these screws do. And if you ordered a custom length, it'll keep those centers of those screw holes uniform as well, which is advantageous. And we have these items in the site listed in common lengths, like 3 foot, 4 foot, 5 foot, things of that nature. Well, not 5 foot if it's a door sweep, naturally, although it is listed in that sort of length. I couldn't imagine you ever using one in that length. However, it of course would be typical for you to require a net specific size. Don't hesitate to indicate in the comment field the actual size that it takes for you to get your job done without having to recut the material. The factory's making this out of enormous rolls of neoprene, lengths of this intumescent material, likely 16.5-foot length extrusions. They're cutting it anyway, is the point I'm driving at. Okay. Now there is a link below this video as well to a document called Installation, and there are installation instructions that are included with this. However, it basically says measure and then cut it, apply it to the door, pre-drill your holes, and screw it to the face of the door. That's the bottom line. The thing I can add to that is, being a fire-rated door, it needs to be self-closing your door and self-latching. This is a piece of relatively rigid neoprene, so be mindful of the fact that this will not exhibit a significant amount of flexibility. So when you place this or locate this on the door, you're going to want to make sure that it still latches. They're not giving you slotted holes here to make those final adjustments like some some door sweeps and weather stripping astragals permit. This does not have that sort of feature. That's just a round hole. So you're going to need to be mindful of getting it right the first time, is the point I'm driving at with the location of this material. Finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Zero products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. Any questions on the Zero 339FS in an AA finish, clear anodized aluminum finish, or any other Zero product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.